Well, I'm surprised. I thought this was going to go the domestic abuse way, and that she was going to go to him regardless of what he did. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of What does Lessons think we're about to watch?
Modaozushi?
There you go. See, I didn't prep him ahead of time, so I was wondering what he thought I was doing. But we do always do modaozushi first before we do anything else in the day, so I guess it was ahead there. We come back.
I was so surprised. Sorry, I was so surprised that I actually said it out loud without messing it up, which I always do mess it up. So
I don't think you've ever messed this one up. It's the easy. It's not like a name or a character name where we both don't even agree on the character names. But yeah. Anyway, we come back as we normally do with notes, comments, and a board. I think there's a board. Anyway, let's start off with the board, just in case there is one. All right, and with the board comes the board changelog, where I added a box to represent Zhao Jinchen in the past, connecting them to Bao Shan with a green line, and then I added Mysterious Spy Guy.
He's not the guy who killed himself or disappeared or something the other time around. Right, that's a very powerful trick. I cannot kill you, but I can kill myself with my own hand.
I mean, to be fair, Lessons, that is a pretty powerful trick.
Yeah.
As mortal as we all are, the body doesn't want to die, and has many things that it does to prevent that from happening. So being able to instantly kill yourself at will, one, has to get through your own mentality, right? How much of a zealot do you have to be to not even think about it, to take your own life? But at the same time, also get past all the body processes that have to get enacted that will try to save yourself regardless. Plus, the dude did it silently.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the
Pretty
dude had, I don't know what your go-to is, when cyanide. It's not like the dude had cyanide and, like, broke a tooth and was, like, on the ground, you know, going through it. Whatever the dude did, he did it like a ninja.
And not only that, they left no trace, so they couldn't even take his mask off and go like, "Oh, we know where this guy's come from, who he is." Right?
You have to so pre-plan your tabletop character to invest and kill yourself without evidence. What's your character good at? Oh, you'll find out, or you won't.
Yeah. Although the
Where did James'
teleportation
character
idea,
go?
although the teleportation idea is also pretty good as well. It can look like a death because your clothes are there, you're no longer there, but you teleported somewhere else, naked, but you're alive. Hopefully, it'll be a safe place. We can, in a closet somewhere. It's like, okay.
I mean, if you've gone with teleportation, you probably got a quick change under your belt too.
Yeah. Or you teleport into a closet or something. Oh.
Chris Brown, what are you doing
here? Yeah. That one caught me off guard. No, that's it. I mean, okay, sure. He won't come out of the closet. On to notes then. Season 2, episode 3, Mystery. We know all of them took at least a few levels of badass, but Wendy took 10 plus levels to turn from a meek archer we saw earlier earlier into the badass ghost general, or a lot of resentment. I wonder what happened to his sister.
I mean, I mentioned that before, that dude got jacked. But then again, he's wearing chains, so evidently I assume he got, taken after the war, and put on the wheel of pain, or whatever the fuck they did to him.
Also, not only Jack, I think he actually even grew a couple inches as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think he was that old.
14, 15 at most.
Could have still been growing. I don't know about his sister. It seems to be like that place that she said that she was in control of was neutral. I mean, unless we're going to find out that Bao Shan and all of them are all dead now, too.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be the case, because right there near the end of the war, they went there, but they didn't go up the mountain, which I assume is where they all are. I presume that we might just meet those characters at some point. But then again, we jump back and forwards in time, so doesn't mean that we're going to meet them while they're alive. Well, I mean, we will meet them while they're alive in the case that I'm talking about. I don't mean that in the present that they would be alive. Conceivably, most of the characters that we know are dead. So the bodies have stitches attaching powerful parts to weaker bodies. The head is mentioned, but they also say the stitches are in a different spot. Presumably, our arm would have been stitched to a weaker body like the head was, So on one hand, you have parts filled with resentment, having their wrath diluted by regular bodies. But, sorry, when me from a week ago makes a typo, me in the now doesn't know what the typo was. Bit ALS tattooed with a spell to be able to summon wraiths. ALS.
ALS. Alas? No.
Oh, all. I don't
All.
know the S. It makes sense to me. That must be all. But all tattooed with a spell to be able to summon wraiths. I don't know why I would miss the second L and veer off to the other side of the keyboard.
I think I have a note that kind of connects to that one. So I guess I'll jump to that one. Jump one note and go to it. So someone was building an army here, stitching together body parts to create zombies and imbuing them with wrath 11 years ago. But wuxian had already created an army from the Dead of the Sunshine campaign 13 years ago, so he didn't need to do this. So who did it?
I mean, so I don't think it's made for building an army. Legitimately, what he's doing, or what they're doing, since I don't know who's doing it, is they're making strong zombies into weak zombies. And then tattooing them with a thing that summons the weakest thing around. Wraiths are what we tested our arrows against in the archery competition. Literally, the weakest person is expected to be able to take on a wraith. And again, as I just covered in literally just my note right now, we're taking a strong, demonic presence, undead presence, whatever you want to call it, and tying it to a weaker body to reduce the resentment. So we're taking a strong thing and making it weaker. So as I was saying, we're taking strong zombies and turning them into weak zombies. That's not the thing a army maker would do.
Weird, I guess. Still, why would
and
you?
Remember, the area is not made to create resentment; it's made to trap resentment. They even said, I think I even covered this before when I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Wei Ying or Lonzan or somebody literally says, "This is not evil. This is a good place."
Yeah.
Now, whoever's doing this stuff with the stitching and the tattooing, that's a separate matter, which is not good. So, whoever made this area was doing a good thing, and then whoever is using the area, 13 to 11 years ago, is separate from that.
That's so.
Oh, was that your note?
That was my note.
Lost myself for a second. The arm is on its way from the Jiang clan territory to the Ni clan territory. I would have to suspect that Mo village was in the Jin clan's territory, so maybe it's collecting something, or searching for something from the clans of the Sunshot campaign?
Maybe.
Because we see the map, and it's basically on a path that's going through all the, the campaign offices? I kind of forgot what they were called back in the past. Yeah, so it seems like it's on a path of collection.
Supervision offices. There were supervision offices, yeah. Which makes it the arm have a strong Wen connection, maybe? Like we suspect that it might be the leader of the Wen clan's arm, basically.
Don't know what intelligence it has, so it's hard to put motive to a thing that you can't even say is smarter than an animal.
Yeah. I'll go back to my second note, which was the one I was going to read earlier. Gentle Wan Yin turned into his mother and turned his back on the image of his father, which begs the question what exactly happened to him to turn him against his adopted brother when he was so willing to work with him to destroy the Wen. I mean, I suspect it's that he thinks that wuxian killed his sister, but that's just my take on it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't think there's any details at the moment between I'll do anything and accept anyone it takes to get revenge to angry guy now.
Yeah.
Other than he was always an angry guy. Well, he wasn't always an angry guy. We've seen that develop, but the moment after everyone was fucking killed, after the pier was destroyed, there's been no comeback from that. We haven't seen a happy Jiang Sheng since then.
Yeah, the Lotus Cove. Well, except with his sister. And even then, only briefly.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even characterize that as happiness. I mean, he smiled, but that seems more like desperation. Like, oh, thank God. You know, not a return to normalcy, or, oh, thank God, I can breathe a sigh of relief. Things are back to what they used to be. No, it's just I don't know. The same way that really early on I kept pointing out to you, look at him in the background. Look at his eyes. There's something going on there. and it turned out to be his anxiety and sadness towards how his father looked at Wei Ying versus how he himself wanted to be looked at. Same thing I'm reading now. There's like a manicness in his eyes. There's a certain way about him where I'm not seeing, even in the smile, a happiness. I'm seeing something else is going on there. Just a good little twist of the knife on Feng Mian being a good guy and undeserving of the fate that befell him.
What twist is that?
I didn't say it was a twist.
The twist of the knife, but what do you mean it's a twist of the knife?
Because we saw him in the past, saving Wei Ying from a pack of dogs.
Oh, yeah.
That he was legitimately a good guy who took in a kid who needed help.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like cheating on his wife and had a kid out of wedlock, which is the implication that not only everyone else seems to spread, but even his wife believed. So he's just a dude who took in a kid who had nowhere else to go. I guess technically he could have gone to the Wanderer's home, which is a sentence that's weird to say. But, you know, he was just genuinely a good guy who didn't deserve what happened to him. Look, I just indicated to you off recording that I just got done watching Fate Strange Fake. So I have just recently experienced parents that I wanted to see doused in gasoline and set on fire. So the fact that this guy was, I mean, I wrote this like a week ago, so it's not in continuity of me watching that thing, but I was literally cheering for these people to get shot in the head, and I was like, no, that's too good for them. There's some parents that are not worthy of the kids that they have.
Okay, I'm still on the building an army thing. You say that they're not building an army, but it feels like they are. So this is my follow-up note. So we now have a face, but not a name to the person behind this, and they want to create an army of undead to do what? Conquer or destroy the other clans?
As I said, it's my belief. I could be wrong, obviously. I have just as much knowledge of what's to come as you do, which is to say, none. So, yeah, like I said, we really... I don't know. This is the combination of, we got Ice Guy from the past, who's definitely not Spy Guy, right?
Doesn't look like him.
Although, I mean, we don't get his face. We don't get Ice Guy's face, but I don't remember off the top of my... Again, it's been a week since we watched the last episode. Or even longer than that, I can't remember. But I can't remember what the outfit that they were wearing in the past, because apparently nowadays everyone's just wearing fucking blue and white, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Because before it'd be blue and white, that's the Lan clan. And now it's like, no, it's a variation of that. That's anybody. So, I'm not sure. It's just the element that we had corpses there that had the frost cracks in them. And, so, I mean, we're introducing that for a reason. What was he doing here? Why? But then again, he's clearly not in control of them because it killed some of them. Where are they now? Why is the spy guy here? He's clearly not in control of it either. Otherwise, why wouldn't he be just controlling it? So yeah, we're like, there's a mystery. We're circling around the mystery, and then we're running into all the people around the mystery, but we're not in there yet. There's characters, I believe, that we just haven't been encountering yet.
More people to discover.
All right, well, technically I have one note left, but it's the note that has nothing to do with the stuff that we're talking about, so continue with your next one.
Oh, I have a few more notes. Talking about, we just talked about the hero with the ice powers, and we now have a new hero with ice powers whose master was Wandering Boshan.
I don't have Boshan on the board. I mean, I have a box for Boshan. I'm talking about in the family tree, because technically Boshan's not a relation to Wei Ying at all, but the idea that I should probably attach him as some sort of master.
Well, it was a master to his father.
Mother, I thought.
Or mother, I'm not
Hold
really
on,
sure.
I'm still technically on the board. Boshan Wanderer connected by a green line to Hongse, who's also a Wanderer attached to a blue line to Wei Ying, so the mother. Because again, I'm pretty sure Hongse is a woman's name. I say pretty sure with the confidence of a redneck in the South, where rednecks typically live. I don't know, it seemed like you were about to cheat their lessons.
No, I wasn't going to cheat.
No, you look like you're saying the name to yourself. Clearly, I saw the lights change, which means you opened up a window, your arms went into this motion, like you were about to start typing. So I just expected the next words out of your mouth to be, oh, that is a...
Either way, we have the connection to the first season mention of the whole thing, and also the people who healed what's his name, crushed inner core, golden core. So
But you mean Chow?
not Shao. Remember that it was Wuxian's adopted brother who
You're talking
first.
about the core crusher. Sorry,
Yeah,
you're talking about Jian Shang for some reason. I can't remember
yeah,
their
yeah,
name. And then talk
yeah,
about when the
yeah,
sister. You're talking
yeah.
about who had their core crushed. You specifically said the core crusher. And you remember, right before his death, the core crusher was talking about how he owed everything to Wen Chao for taking him in and saving him. So when you
Yeah.
say the person who got saved and say core crusher, my belief is you're talking about the core crusher and how Wen Chao saved him. Or
It's
technically the
confusing.
Wen family. I don't know if he actually makes the distinction that Wen Chao himself saved him, or if he's like paying back the Wen family for having saved him by protecting, I guess, not even their most important son. We never really see the elder son, except for like his feet.
I mean, fair enough. It is confusing. I wasn't very clear. I'm talking about when Wuxian leaves his half brother to the mountains, says you can't, you got to wear this bandana, you got to go up
Yeah,
there,
Jian
don't
Chang is
talk to
better, as I
anybody.
said.
Yeah,
Again, it's not about
yeah, so,
saying you're wrong lessons, it's about taking you on the journey that I went through mentally.
yeah, I know, yeah. Uh, Now talk about trying to put things in order here. Okay, let's get this straight. The original spell was cast over a century ago to trap wayward zombies, but then someone else used it to gather stay zombies and create an army. I'm still on the army thing. That's my shtick. I could be wrong, by the way. Just
To be
when
right,
I
who
wrote this about
knows?
a week. Wrote this about a week ago, and that once that thought came into my brain, it just stuck with it. An army, and it is the same person or persons who then lured Wuxian and Lansan here so they could break the trap.
You're assuming it's the same person. I
Yeah,
think we had a conversation during the episode that somebody in the comment section introduced to us that immortality is possible.
yeah.
Although I do believe the same comment also introduced the fact that we'll never see that. So, possible spoiler?
Yeah.
Or I mean,
Or
not
novel,
spoiler,
perhaps.
but detractor to your own comment before you even thought it.
This goes back to one of your points. The evil arm escaped containment and now is or was headed to knee territory. But why?
No,
Why
it
is he doing
is.
that? Well, I said was because it was,
Yeah, I mean, that
as
was
in
just,
that's
I
what
was
is.
going back to my own note there, where I wrote the
Yeah.
arm is on its way from the Jiang clan territory to the Ni clan territory. So just like backing up, it is on its way.
My second to last note. Fairy was trying to be friendly, but Wuxian's condition was terrible. Parents died, and he was left to fend for himself at the age of what, 5? I bet he had a lot of resentment stored in his soul from a very long time ago.
What does that have to do with Fairy?
Fairy's a dog.
Yeah, Fairy's a dog of the present.
Yeah, but remember when he comes in and he tries to basically say hi to Wuxian, he's like, "Oh no," and Fairy goes like, "What?
I don't
I'm sorry."
remember that at all. My problem was
Yeah,
is I was reading into that confusion that didn't exist. I
yeah.
thought you were confusing Fairy with the dogs that attacked him as a young
No,
child.
no. Fairy is supposed to be the Eskimo, and the dogs that they were attacking, or
Legitimately, for some
perhaps
reason, my head went to
were
Malamute.
German. Yeah, or what could be Malamute. And the dogs that were attacking seemed like they were modeled against German Shepherds, although I mean that's just a
I
choice
don't
by
know.
the
For some reason, my
animators.
mind went to wolves.
No, they were clearly dogs, not wolves.
You
Too
say in that
small.
lessons, but you can't use the word clearly if I just positioned that I thought they were something else.
No, they
If
kind of
I
look like
believed that
German
they were
Shepherds to
something
me.
else lessons, then they weren't clearly anything.
Well, clearly to me.
Well, that's not clearly lessons, that's to you. I think we've had this argument before. That you can't use clearly if clearly is not then applicable. The problem is we have a sample size of 2. If this was like a sample size of 5 and 3 of us thought the thing was obviously a thing and 2 of us didn't, then you could probably use clearly there because the majority rule, right?
Well, I'll leave it to the comments then. They'll
No,
tell
I
us
mean, no, I'm not
which.
arguing. Legitimately, I'm just saying. My point is about the word clearly. That's all. I
Okay,
don't
okay.
remember. In my mind, I remember wolves. But then again, if they weren't wolves, I made them wolves. Right? That's how memory works. There's been plenty of times where I've remembered a thing. I went back and like, oh, this isn't how I remember it at all.
And I'm going to predict that before this season or the next season is done, we're going to have at least one scene with Fairy and Apple in them doing the whole animal thing, empathy, where they don't talk, but they seem to understand each other kind of
I would
scenario.
say lessons before you finish there. They have no choice but to do the animal thing. It's legitimately all they can do.
But you know what I mean when you have like pets in anime and in any animation particularly, and the pets meet and the pets are like, oh, they're having like their own conversation even though they don't speak the language and act that way.
I don't think they're going
A
to do
little,
that. I mean,
their own
it would
little
have to be like a
little.
visual sort of thing.
Yeah, well, it is.
Where
Yeah.
like Apple drops an apple, ironically, and then Fairy picks it up and brings it over, or Fairy starts eating the apple, and Apple's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like with a look,
Yeah. Yeah.
because we've had Apple interacting with Mozan Yu before, and it was all
Yeah.
just fucking looks, or
Yeah.
whatever you call that donkey kick dance, when the donkey doesn't
Yeah.
want you on its back, whatever you call that.
Yeah. Or braying. It's done some braying as well.
I don't think we've heard any braying.
I think
They've
that
been
we
pretty
have.
good about not doing obnoxious sound effects. This isn't like the Thor 3, Love and Thunder. I meant to say the third Thor movie, and I said Thor.
And my last comment. If that was Huesong
Notes.
in the end, that's notes, yeah. Like I was saying, if that was Huesong in the end or at the end, why didn't he deal with the problem sooner?
Who?
The leader of the current leader, not the Ni clan, whose father got
Hui
decap.
Song. Sorry, I
Huesong,
misunderstood what you were saying. I thought you said Wei Song. Huaisang, right?
We have it Huaisang. Yeah, Huesong.
That's why I said yes. Yeah, the childhood friend from the past. No, like you said, I heard you say a different name. That's the problem. So I was like, who? Because I thought you were talking about Spy Guy.
No.
Also, I don't think I heard you say Ni. If you said it said Ni at the beginning,
no, I didn't say Ni. I didn't mention his clan because that
would have been too convenient.
Yeah, because like, oh man, because a guy in the village is complaining, oh, like the clan doesn't do shit, and then they're like, oh, clan master, we have to do something about this. Like, yeah, well, not really. And the bird goes like, yeah, we'll see, or something to that effect.
No, the bird says something to the effect of, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Implying that he's riddled with uncertainty. All right, well, my final note, as it always is the divergence from the novel. The events on Mount Hongkang are unique to the animation. While Xuanhua messing this up. While Xuanhua has unique, recognizable swordwork, it does not have cryonic abilities in the novel. Additionally, Wei Wuxian and Long Longji follow the direction the demonic left arm's fingers point to arrive at Quang He. There is no escape and trailing of it with the compass of ill winds.
So they're simply following the directions, period. They didn't have to go to that extra step.
Yeah, they don't pull a Captain Jack Sparrow.
Still a cool thing, though.
It hasn't done anything, so it can't be cool yet. All right, as I said, though, we do have comments. Sai Nominee from Resentment. Love the theorizing, Theta. Wei Wuxian was the one who invented the luring flags that lured the arms, so it technically counts as Wei Wuxian killing the Mo family, because without the flags, they wouldn't have died. I want to say something about the wine, or that is an S, about the wine, but I'll leave it for now. Oh, the difficult position of you agreeing with me, but I'm disagreeing with you. Because I don't think you can count that. That's like blaming the guy who made the gun for the guy who shot you with the gun. Because, I mean, he created the luring seals, right? But that's, again, just an item. Somebody else had to use it. I mean, I guess the idea is that this is like a landmine. The luring seals can be considered like a landmine. So whoever planted the landmine is responsible.
True.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like, well, yes and no. I always talk about diminished responsibility. Just because you're not the primary person who did the deed doesn't mean you don't share the responsibility.
Well, I'm sorry. The argumentative part just came back to me. The idea is that although it's like a landmine, this is like you took a landmine from where it was and put it somewhere else. I don't know. Again, I guess there's wiggle room here. Because again, the idea isn't that Wei Wuxian killed somebody because the thing lured in things that killed them. I mean, that is the idea, but that's why I'm saying that it's not direct. Because at that point, you're saying that there's wiggle room in the I want these people to die and it's your responsibility. Because what would happen if he let them die of old age? What if he fed them so well they had all died of a heart attack?
Yeah.
How far away from being directly responsible? What if you introduced that fat ass to a nice young woman who had such violent sex with him that he had a heart attack?
Yeah.
Is it your fault because you introduced them? Like, we're going off on a wild tangent. I mean, not just what I just said, but I mean literally the idea that you can blame somebody for how many steps away from the target can you get? All right, next up we got Pitom JL from Resentment. And these are all timestamped, so you watching this later can see the timestamps involved, but I'm just going to read out the comments without any context about the timestamps themselves. In the last episode, when Jin Guanyao mentioned they made him the leader, he meant he was made the chief cultivator among the major clans. It's like leader of the guild/coalition, not about his position as clan leader. So it's not like it's the outsiders that decide about succession of the Jin clan. Note that this chief cultivator thing is something new, post Sunshot campaign. A legitimate leader among clans, unlike what Wen Ruhan did, i.e. self-proclaimed.
Democracy for the win. Well, a virtue of democracy, I suppose.
I mean, it's not really, because the clan heads themselves aren't elected leaders. No, and it's the clan leaders that elected this guy, or decided amongst themselves. So really, it's an aristocracy.
Yeah,
sort of. I don't. Something I can't think of an historical context. I know this exists in history too.
Yeah.
I mean, mine is drifting to Rome, but that's not correct because the Roman senators were voted for.
Yeah, the Holy Roman Emperors had Holy Roman Empire had electors, which were powerful heads of city states and nobles and not, and they elected.
Well, I was talking more Republic days.
Yeah,
back when you would choose somebody to lead for a set amount of time before then they took over. But the idea then was that the senators themselves were they elected?
Yeah,
the Roman senators.
Yeah, there was the Republic did certainly have a democracy of sorts.
I feel like my brain is like right on the edge of what I'm trying to think of. There was a Latin phrase that I used to use all the time. You probably heard me say it back in the tabletop days, which meant chief among equals. I think half of my brain is trying to figure out what was the words you used to use. Ironically, I only even, like most of the shit that I know, doesn't come from like learned history. It comes from like a comic book or something.
Yeah, first among equals is the way I've seen that.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. First among equals. I'm saying chief among whatever. But Vandal Savage called himself that amongst the light in a Young Justice. So, yeah, first among equals. But anyway, that must come from somewhere where I would imagine a situation similar to this would be choosing a member of the noble class to lead the rest in a situation. So, yeah. I mean, this is all just an argument against your democracy thing that you just pointed out.
No, yeah.
That this isn't really democracy. Because you have to be blooded to even be in this.
I mean, in theory, clans, I guess, are formed by anyone who has a particular technique they wants to teach, gathers disciples, and around those disciples, you create a clan, and yada.
I don't know about that. I mean, I get what you're talking about in this specific form of media. That might be a thing, but I don't think so, because we haven't shown that. The Jiang clan doesn't do anything different than the Long clan, say, martially, right? We've seen one guy plays an instrument, but that's not, well, the idea that their clan founder played an instrument, but there doesn't seem to be a thing that they teach everybody. So the idea that it's not a technique that they all learn, like, we don't, like, go into a Long clan fight and hear a cacophony of different songs being played all at the same time. Yeah, it's just one guy, and it's always, it's him playing by himself. And the same thing, it's when the Jian clan wanders in, it's not whips all over the goddamn place. It's not Indiana Jones walking into a battlefield. So, I see where you're coming from, and in other shows definitely have seen that kind of thing before. It doesn't seem with the you say Lan in 1 second, Lon in 1 second, and it's Klon in the next second.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be what the clans here are based around. So I was about to make an analogy to another show that I'm pretty sure we're both watching, where it's literally all Fate. The mage clans, but those are family trees, and I guess that just actually behooves what I'm saying. That remember, you can only have the one kid.
Yeah,
you can get rid of the other kids. That's kind of the opposite, really, if you think about this. You guys are one of the rare reactors who went in blind that in fact noticed the Wen brand on Lanzan's chest. I don't think I've seen anyone else notice this detail or talked about it. Not the way the Donghua made as Lincoln, you missed it, LOLs. In the novel, it was more clear. Well, I mean, it would have to be. The novel would fucking tell you in words. Anyway,
yeah,
it was more clear as Wei Wuxian saw it and wondered why the hell Lanzan now sporting a Wen brand on his chest and 30-ish Lan Clan disciplinary whip marks on his back. By the way, you guys are also perceptive enough to notice the whip marks are not the same result of being hit by Lan Clan's disciplinary paddleboard. Example of what both Wei Ying and Lanzan got in the past after they had that unsolicited duel on the rooftop. Most reactors assume / connected that the marks to this incident, connected the marks to this incident, which is a shame. To be clear, whip marks are caused by Lan Clan's disciplinary whip. About this, Wei Wuxian must have known enough, hence his comment. What serious crime / sin that Lanzan did to receive this disciplinary whipping? I hope I remember to come back to address this later. I enjoyed the banter about resentment and all haha. Sorry, my mouse was right over that. I thought it said hate for a second. But on how the diabolism / demonic cultivation work, Wei Wuxian had the ability to manipulate resentment as his source of power. He did not necessarily need his own resentment build up within himself in order for it to work. Which brings us to the current situation. It appears that someone purposely set a trap at the village in order to accumulate lots of resentment, as well as to trap the resentment within the perimeter. Hence, years after Wei Wuxian's death, all appeared peaceful. Nobody noticed any anomaly, not until Wei Wuxian's resurrection. Ghost General appeared, demonic arm, mutated giant snake, and floating head.
So Haynes being brought back, according to the comments, is what started all this.
I mean, I'm still leaning into the someone was preparing for him to come back. Even though everybody failed to do that, it could be the element that I'm just going to keep leaning into the Lanzan thing.
Yeah.
That maybe even Lanzan was preventing him from coming back until everybody would be like, oh, not thinking about him anymore, so that he could safely come back. And maybe he even prepared a field for resentment to build up as like a secondary burial mound. The idea that there was like people gathering together to try and bring him back implies that there's like, we use the word disciples, but I don't mean actual disciples, like zealots, followers, whatever, who may have been preparing for him to come back, having nothing to do with him. God. People that kill in the name of other people who they have no association with.
Yeah, well, you already have Diabolists as well, so they might have.
Well, that's what I'm indicating. That's the people I'm talking about. But I mean the element that the Diabolists might have nothing to do with Wei Ying.
As a person, but they might admire him as a symbol of.
Well, that's what I'm saying. People who kill other people on behalf of people they don't know. I assume this is what the guy I am desperately in love with wants to happen, and I'm going to take it on faith. I'm just going to do it. Why did you kill that person?
That's one theory, which I have no counter to. So,
well, I mean, as I keep putting out there, I don't know if it's going to be truth or not. It's just my running thing of what I would do if I was writing this. Anyway, continue this. Give my throat a bit of rest because I can feel myself tearing apart.
Okay.
You nodded lessons and then didn't understand what I was saying.
No, because I have my window over this. I have my video window over this. That's why I didn't see it. No, Jingling is nephew. Okay. Mo Sung Yu is an illegitimate son of Jing Guanshan, so half brother to Jing Guanyo, also known as Min Yao, current Jing clan leader. Also half brother to Jing Suzhuang, Jingling's father. So Jingling is now a double nephew from his mother's side because wuxian is adopted brother to Yang and father's side due to Wei Wuxian now in the body of Mo Sang-hu, Jingling's illegitimate uncle. Just keep in mind that in Jin, Guangshan has many offspring, as well with a lot of women. Three of them, Jin Guanyao and Meng Chuang-yu, only Jing Suan was a legitimate son.
I suspect that this was put out there before I did the board.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this isn't a you're wrong about the board thing and more of a I'm going to get out there ahead of what they did, not knowing that this comment would be read after what I did.
Yeah. LOL. Sword time. It was just a weird translation of the sword name. I don't remember the actual name now. Wu Wuxian said it a lot. No. Oh, actually, we said WWX. It actually means Lang said out loud just to let us know what that Jingling is here. Jingling is the owner of the sword. The sword used to be Jing Suyuan, Jingling's father, by the way. We covered that part. And I wish they could only just keep the Chinese names and avoid all these confusions. I remember in episode 2 of season 1, they also translated Bishen, Lanzan's sword, as dustless and thrown out many, and he threw out many reactors.
I don't know why it would throw out a bunch of reactors because we wouldn't know what the sword was called before that.
Yeah.
To me, it is dustless. I don't think they've called it anything else since then.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, not necessarily at all. Well, if we're talking about people who watch this because they read the novels or
no. He says thrown out many reactors. So I'm assuming most reactors don't know about the novels or the Untamed, I believe, is the live action work. So he didn't say they didn't say, I don't know what they're. They didn't say novel or readers or, so.
Yeah.
And again, episode 2 of season 1, meaning we're still in the element of we don't know what the fuck the story is about yet because we're still in the future, but for us present because we don't know we're about to jump into the past. And again, they haven't named the sword anything else yet.
Yeah.
So for us, it's still dustless. They haven't confusingly called it something else. And we're just saying that sword time is Jinling's sword. So, to be honest, though, if I saw dustless laying around, I would be able to point it out of a crowd.
Yeah.
I can point to, I guess, sword time. I could point that one out of a crowd because we've seen it so many times. Also, it's the murder weapon that we're waiting for.
And the hilt is particularly intricate as well.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's identifiable. Plus, again, it's involved in a murder that we're waiting to see.
I finished it. He says, out of nowhere, not necessary at all. We need to read the subtitles of the opening and end credit songs. They are meaningful. I love the painting art style. Apparently, the Chinese version focused on telling through lyrics. Well, unique to Chinese animation. Japanese animation does that a lot too.
Well, I would argue that there's a lot of anime out there that does not have music that has meaning to the show that it's in. I mean, I specifically called this out before when I talked about Witch from Mercury, Red Birthmark, which so perfectly summarizes. Well, I guess I don't know. My breakdown of Red Birthmark was done within the first 3 or 4 episodes of the season, but everything seemed to align so well. Oh, this could mean this could mean that, this could be a reference to this character, this could be a reference to that character, that I actually, it's been so long now, don't even remember if that pans out. Because it was half of this is existent and it works for the characters that we have, and the other half is maybe what happens in the future. And I don't remember going back over to see if my predictions about that were right. I should also mention that I remembered this was a comment, and I did read the subtitles of the opening and ending. The Crunchyroll ones.
The Japanese version.
So, because we had to go I had to go out of my way to grab versions of the Chinese one. So it was not what I was watching when I was doing that. It's somebody said something about the opening and ending. Didn't think about it till after the fact. Wait, what am I reading?
And his final part of the note, several episodes have post-credit scenes. These are important.
Yeah, well, we typically watch the ending credits and the post-credits when they're there. We're not at risk. We're not those, since you've mentioned other reactors already, we're not those that just pause right at the end for no good reason and then sometimes scroll ahead to see if there is something after the fact. We talk through the credits and then wait and see if there's something there. the episode doesn't stop until it stops itself. Unless
we have a
unless it's
reason not to
Legend of the
upload
Galactic
spoilers.
Heroes.
Yeah.
Where we specifically were told, hey, in this 110 episode plus the Gaiden that you're watching, don't watch the next time on. It will spoil everything. Alright, well, if that is everything, then nothing left to do but to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, it's not like they're bad. I mean,
No.
this one feels better than the first one.
Yeah.
Because it feels like they spent more time on this one than they did the first one. The first one feels like kind of a segment of
Rushed.
just clips.
I mean, this one still has a bit of clips aspects to it, but
So yeah,
The
no, I'm not saying it's
background,
not.
so-
It's just that one just feels
Yeah.
more like I could have made that one.
Mhm.
Just like put a bunch of clips on screen and put like a bit of an overlay effect on top of them, and then some
Yeah.
text that goes by sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah. The timing here of the clips, like everybody looking over their shoulder, like yeah.
And I'm assuming for most of this, we're gonna go back in time again.
Yeah.
Because not for nothing, the Stygian amulet or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
He's holding it in some of these shots. So
That
it's
must be in the
definitely not
past.
it's definitely not Musan Yu who's going to relapse unless
Yeah.
the amulet wasn't destroyed and he picks it back up again. Because there might be what's the chances of an unreliable narrator on the whole amulet was destroyed thing?
I mean, I think the narrator
Are
talks
we
about mostly
implying
what
that
people
Lanzan
think.
knew Wei Ying as a child? That also seems to me that's the shot of the little hand drum in the snow, because it seems to be the snow where Fei Yan met Wei Ying.
This episode is called Family, so we're about to find out.
狗在哪儿啊？
尚在远处，无需惊慌。
I think that's Fairy.
我看这也没什么怪物，吃饱肯定也是瞎说的。咱们回去吧。
是金陵那只黑棕灵犬，
金陵，
灵犬狂吠，一定是遇上了什么。
难道是？
Or there's a weird spirit inhabiting this guy's body that the dog is barking at.
No, the dog would seem to be happy about it. when
I'm
he
saying it's
saw
just
him.
presumptuous to assume there's a monster, and it's not literally the monster inside this guy.
You're hearing like a fart sound or something.
Not
'Cause
me.
My neighbor is.
Oh, how
My
about to
neighbor is
say?
whoever it is. Yeah, a drill or something.
Sure,
But it sounds like a
可惜
To explain to everybody you're not farting on stream.
还是难。
yeah.
But I was about to say, oh, it looks like they wandered into a genjutsu, but then you said your whole fart
Yeah.
thing. It's like, oh, well, that's the main point of our conversation now.
现在鬼神行踪成谜，若是真的去了清河，怀桑怕是难以应付。
Why?
不用过于担心。你我以为
Why will it be harder to deal with there?
怀桑离开了。是的，二位宗主。去哪儿了？这个小的就不清楚了。
I would direct you to the bird, but the bird will say the same thing.
Oh, interesting.
石宝，居然真和那道士说的一样。是 是仙子。那精灵呢？精灵在哪儿？
此类灵犬忠诚护主，不会轻易离开主人的，应该就在附近。
I was gonna say, it couldn't be just a dog. Just wandered off on its own.
来战！来战！来战！
What is this guy, wafer thin? This is a tiny ass dog to be dragging him.
I think it's just as he's so afraid, so scared that he lets himself drag.
I don't think that's what happens. I think you violently pull yourself away from a thing you're afraid of. The problem here, Lanzan, is that I'm 18 and you're 35, and there's a certain amount of sounds that you can't hear as an old man that we young people can hear.
没门没窗还放腰手，此地倒是有些意思。
I guess we're here. Although, ironically, that happened in a recent episode of Fearin'. And all I did was do that thing where you throw the stick in the air and you go in the direction that the stick lands in.
Now we're in the dungeon exploration part of the anime.
Well, I mean, all of those things could be connected on the underground side.
Possibly.
Well, I mean, it seems to imply that they were. And now here we are at the end of the movie National Treasure 2. It's Wei Wuxian's body.
好关。
I thought it was about to be empty. That's why I thought the shock was.
Something came out.
这棺材里藏把刀，我还是头一次见。
Is that whatever?
施宝封禁，必有玄机。
啊，还有精灵，精灵又在哪里？
一问便知。
I killed him.
How did you kill him if you were with?
I don't know, Lessons. We all these weapons that fly around and have wills of their own. I guess it's not whatever, because I feel like Wei Ying would recognize his own sword.
Yeah.
有何发现？
此地亡灵有异，生前于此地之事，一概不知。
啊，这什么灵啊？啥都不知。那他可曾见过精灵？
西南卫，先想一声，进一步。
I mean, I would assume if Jinling was around and safe, we
Yeah.
wouldn't be asking where he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, for some reason I'm getting like Interstellar vibes. You know, him pushing books through the other side of the... Don't do it, Murph! Don't do it!
怎么墙里？
Some dude got his revenge by plastering another dude in the wall. Some sort of cask of Amontillado.
Yep, apparently.
When was this done?
精灵，醒醒，听得见吗？精灵。
Didn't he leave with Jiang Chang?
Voicing.
是恶作痕，他这是冲撞了什么邪门的东西？
Is that the mark of the,
怕不是染上恶族痕
Fuck, we talked about it back in the other place, the trap pit.
什么地方？
The one that eats away at your body.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the curse.
Well, now we're back to Evil Dead.
此地不宜久。
Time to get SA'd by a tree. So did we just not touch that sword? Did we just leave that sword in its coffin?
Yeah. Oh, it's attracted to the mark.
I was saying my counter here is that the outside is also filled with trees. The doorway should have been filled with roots as well, coming inward.
Oh, there's roots on the wall.
Yeah, no, I'm saying they should be coming from 4 directions, not 3 directions.
那灵泉似有发现，估计与这吃人堡有关。韩光君，快追！
I was gonna say my alternate guess was going to be that that sword was the cryonic
我已
sword.
暂时封住了恶族痕，我追，你带精灵下山，镇上会合。放心，我会来的。
But if I'm not, send a search
恶
party.
族痕会令人看到幻想，心魔越大，发作越厉害。你这是看到了什么呢？
I'm wondering now if Devil's Mark is a curse, or if it's literally just like he stumbled upon like poison sumac. Famously, what kids say to orphans. Does this make me like this kid anymore? Oh. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I didn't recognize that was Jin Ling. I thought that was, what's his name? The guy I fucking hate as a kid. I guess his father. But hey, older Wei Ying. That's the guy I don't like.
你是谁呀？
Which means that he died first. I didn't put that together.
我呀，
Or
Yeah.
he died during the incident in which she died in.
是谁？
Murder suicide.
那你见过我阿爹阿娘吗？
当然，
真的啊？
Yeah, visited her grave yesterday.
他们都说我娘不好。
秦岭，别听他们胡说，你娘很好，非常好。
那我阿爹？
你阿爹他
Was an asshole.
也很爱你娘。
To death.
不必再提。你不如去问他有何处让我满意。只要你们云梦江氏的人都离我远点就行了。
We're gonna make sure we tell the story with scenes that we've already shown before.
这趟明明是我门下一名女修每日精心熬制，怎么江小姐出身如此高贵，却连熬汤这种功劳也要抢的吗？
别再让我看见你。
Yeah, but you can't speak for her. Well, I'm surprised. I thought this was going to go the domestic abuse way, and that she was going to go to him regardless of what he did.
The seasons are passing.
Isn't that what we talked about with the snake?
“你是不是不愿意和我一起？”
不是，
也罢，
I mean, I was doing it for my parents, and they've been dead for a while,
反正这次
so...
围猎也不是我想邀请你的，不愿意就算了。
So is he going to get upset that she's pregnant with his kid and tell him, and that's what this is going to turn into? Snake, as I just mentioned. Not for nothing, we know she doesn't die to getting eaten by a snake.
No.
Fired 1 arrow, yet the snake has 3 arrows in its eye.
Remember, his arrows can split.
No, he splits arrows. He doesn't split his own arrows.
阿离，你没事吧？谢谢金夫人关
Who are
心。
you?
我没事，没事就好。
Remember, she's a friend of her mother's.
守卫的，
They're the ones who.
Lessons, I literally just said, who are you? You prefaced that with remember. No.
你一人独占全部凶尸怨灵也就罢了，连蛇王也。
Oh, there's the guy who gets cursed.
就那么点力，他一个人就占了3成，本身就是邪魔外道。
I'm glad I recognized this place before we actually saw it again.
习惯着，嚣张的很。
也是，现在无论什么场合，魏公子都不配见，早就不把玄门礼数放在眼里了。云梦江氏的家教。
Do you not know who I fuck I am?
子胥，
Yeah.
家教，邪魔外道。
Yeah, I'm just gonna legitimately call out this evil sorcerer who saved us from the Wen clan.
告诉你没有无妨，因为我就是要让你们知道，我即便是不用剑，单凭你们口中的邪魔外道，也能一骑绝尘，让你们全都望尘莫及。
This feels like propaganda.
魏无羡，我一个剑仆之子，你也太猖狂了！
Again, who the fuck are you? I mean, we know who the guy is. I just mean, where the fuck does he get off?
金公子，听您方才所言，阿宪他独占了怨灵凶尸，还抢了蛇王，不守规矩，太过狂妄，想来的确是给诸位添麻烦了。我代他向诸位
Thanks,
道
sis.
歉。
师姐，还是江姑娘大方得体。
To be fair, fucking fuck this guy. Curse him.
可是
He didn't learn his lesson the first 3 times I threatened his life.
有一点却是知道的，古往今来的历代围猎，从未听过有一条规矩，是不允许一个人猎得太多。再者，阿宪是我云梦江氏子弟，同我姐弟2人一起长大。金公子论及家教，莫非是对我云梦江氏有何不满？
这个，
既然如此，那么希望金子勋公子能向我云梦江氏的魏无羡道歉。阿离，你这么认真做，
I mean, conversely,
都是想
you can just apologize to Yan Li, since Yan Li also apologized for him. He seems to be the mouthpiece of all this.
旁人辱他，于我而言不是小事。
I mean, I appreciate what she's doing regardless, but a fucking pox upon that guy. He deserved what he got.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you get
Yeah.
off? I'm gonna spill my drink on Gandalf, and then I'm gonna start bitching him in his face. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
阿仙，
师姐，师姐你在哪？
阿仙，阿仙，你看，
You know, he's standing on water, and now he's bleeding from his palms. I mean, he's not technically bleeding from his palms, but it is very Masonic. Messianic.
Yeah, messianic. Yeah.
Well, the dead body's in the water.
Isn't that? Did he do it though?
I mean, he's literally... My hands are covered in blood. It's, you know...
不要！
At what point did this guy get so friendly? Man, we are super still not covering how this happens.
Did he do it or did he discover it?
Well,
Them
it's the
after they were
hand.
killed.
The hand's like this, which would seem to indicate it's facing him. I think we
Yeah.
saw in another flashback there she's facing him.
And the sword came thrusting out.
Yeah, it couldn't be something forwards because it would stab him.
师叔，
So
阿爹阿娘为什么不要我？
I don't know, kid, but we know that Jian Chang raises you, so apparently I'm not gonna do much about this.
他们在很远的地方，
Oh, the farm.
师叔带你出去找他们，
Yeah.
好不好？
你可别骗我！
No, I literally can take you to find them. It's gonna involve a sword, though, so be prepared.
来吧，尽力。
Again, my takeaway is the element that Jian Chang seems to have raised him. So for whatever scenes we're getting between these two, he seems to have abandoned him. No, he died. Never mind. I keep forgetting he
got killed,
dies.
too. Yeah.
Again, to be fair, I think you're up to no good, and now my nephew is laying on the ground hurt, and you're above him. It makes
江
sense.
楼主，我好歹也救了麒麟了，你怎么又用字典抽我？
贤泽，你自己心里清楚，非无限。
Yep.
You did kill my sister. For some unknown reason.
Mhm.
I'm hoping it's not a Krillin moment. They were in a moment, the
Krillin?
sword's coming back to him, and it just stabs through her because she's stuffed in front of them or some shit. I'm hoping it's not something stupid. And I'm gonna get ahead of all this right now. Why are you so fucking flippant in this very emotional episode? Because it's being presented to me in such a fucking weird way that my mind doesn't go to the emotionality of the moment. My mind goes
Yeah.
to, wow, this is being presented to me in such a fucking weird way.
True enough.
I mean, I already knew about the, what do you call it, the canyon? Well, they showed it to us before when they talked about the snake. And I instantly
yeah.
recognized it to the flash of what we seen with the fat guy who got cursed there, apparently.
Yeah.
So the moment that those two were standing there, I was like, oh, this is where that snake thing happens. And then the snake thing happened. So it's not like I'm not paying attention and putting together the moments of the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the element of, why am I... Look, I literally cried last night watching Fate Strange Fake. The end, not the ending, but what the innocence lost of a little girl.
Yeah.
So the element that we're watching, like Jin Ling here, like as an innocent young kid, having lost parents and everything.
And we're back in the canyon.
既然如此，那么希望金子勋公子能向我云梦江氏的魏无羡道歉。
That's when he fell in love.
金子轩，金子轩，金子轩，你杵那干什么？快来送送阿离呀！不用了，金夫人。
Maybe that's when they became
既
friendly.
然要
Again, that was my
我
question.
并非金公子本意，就不要勉强他了。
不是的，香姑娘，
师姐，别理他。
香姑娘，不是我母亲，不是她的意思。是我自己想要你来的。
He's the kid on the playground who pulls your hair because he likes you.
Yeah.
So he was an asshole because he's just awkward.
你跑什么？
Okay. I guess that's one
Yeah.
thing that can... Sorry. I guess that's one thing that can be a little bit endearing. I mean, it doesn't really... It doesn't hand wave all the other shit away, but it does reposition him as, oh, okay, he's not doing things for a fake reason. He's just an idiot.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to process his feelings, so he just blurts it out and.
Yeah. Yeah, he's whatever you call a male Sinandre. Or he's a male Sinandre, I don't know.
Sundari.
I don't care. You knew what I meant. That's all I needed.
Sundari. Sundari. Daddy.
I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. I cried last night because of the innocence loss of a little girl who I get drawn into that shit. The element of there was another show, I can't remember what it was, but we were watching together, and literally it's that sort of thing. Children in that sort of story get to me for some reason. So when it's like Jin Ling and like where my parents and everything like that, they're playing it very super hard. Like it's not like, okay, I understand this kid because I've been with this kid for a while now, and now when he's dealing with the fact that his parents are missing and the kids are making fun of him for being an orphan because kids are assholes, that would be a thing. But we're not being introduced to that. I'm not spending any time with Jin Ling. I don't particularly care about him. There's no tie other than the fact that he's family. But what is family to me in a show where everybody is nothing but an anime character or a Donghua character? I care about Wei Ying because we spend so much time with Wei Ying. His emotional circumstance is circumstance that we've been weighing through the entire time. Lan Zan is in that same boat. Jian Cheng has moments of weight. Otherwise, he kind of gets pulled away from the story.
Until he comes back.
Jin Ling is just now. He's a now character. He doesn't exist in the past. So when we go back to the past, until now, apparently, because now they're down to bone, I guess, he doesn't exist. So we don't spend a lot of time with him. I have no build-up of emotionality for this kid other than understanding where he comes from, but that doesn't do a lot for me. Understanding where you come from is just knowledge that I have. I need to experience it with you or be told in a very specific way for that emotionality to rest within me. And I'm not getting that when you just bounce around. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I saw the moment where she died, and I saw the moment where he actually determined that he really does love her, or cool, these are the moments where you had to explain, or not explain, as it turns out, that his parents are dead. Although I would assume the other kids would have told him that, given the fact that they're shouting orphan at him, and they clearly know what orphan would mean. And it doesn't seem like they're going to be holding back the emotional punches of telling him exactly how his parents died. Mm-hmm. So, it doesn't do anything for me. So, that's how I can be so flippant through it, because I'm replacing the emotion that they want me to feel with the emotion that is my default setting.
Sarcasm.
Flippancy, I would say. Well, it's not sarcasm. I'm not like, oh, I bet he loves that. I'm not doing that shit. I'm just pointing out the logical fallacies, the elements that don't play well together, the funny bits of looking at stuff from just the imagery and how it is reminiscent of other things that you could imagine. I don't know. Again, it's the element that I recognize that people who are invested, say you read the book and you've been imagining the scene the entire time and this is your first time visually seeing it, and not for nothing, if you've completed the book, you probably know Jin Ling's story. Jin Ling's story. So you probably are that much more invested. But for me in Donghua only, the thing that's coming to the fruition is the element that this is a very broken story. And by broken, I don't mean it fails. I mean broken in the fact that it's told in such a
fragmented,
disconnected aspect from itself.
It's fragmented. It's very fragmented. Oh.
Yeah, again, if I spend more time with a character, like I said, the Fate Strange Fake, that girl, she's in a coma for most of the damn thing. Her scenes only come from like brief moments of her being happy playing with animals, or her experiencing other people for the first time in a long time. And it's the innocence that you feel, and then the brief flash of her crying because she's alone and she feels abandoned, or the brief flashes of what she thinks is like a birthday party is actually her parents experimenting on her. The element that her innocence is a thinly veiled shell that could be so easily broken, and then when she finds out that it does get broken, that she is as sweet and innocent as a child as you would imagine she would be, and sacrifices everything for everyone else's happiness. So that fucking gets to me. I only needed 10 minutes of total screen time for that entire story across 13 episodes of a show. I don't know how long we've experienced Jin Ling here, but his story is so ripped apart by one time, and the method by which we're presented to him, that it just doesn't sit to me the same way. I understand that he is I don't know if pitiable is the word that I want to use here, but he is a tragic character of some sort. Like, I don't know if he's even tragic. His origin is tragic, but not for nothing, he's able to do shit in the present. I don't know how he became a victim to whatever he became a victim of because he was doing all right before that. Anyway,
He's an experience.
take it over. I've talked all this time, and now I'm feeling the consequence.
Well, I mean, we only see him in episode 2, and then we have an entire season essentially of going to the past. So he's removed from the story. Then we see him a couple of times in this season, 2 out of 3 or 4 episodes that we watched so far. 3 episodes, 4 episodes. This is the 4th. So I can get that sense. But I did find him like his little kid form was like, God damn it, that's that hit me. That hit me, right? Being bullied, trying to figure out who he is. We know why he's so angry about the mention of his parents, right? Makes sense. Why he flies off the handle if anybody mentions them. And also, but who? I guess it was the evil possessed tree that buried him in the wall. I guess that's what the tree does.
A sentence you barely hear anywhere else. It was the evil possessed tree that buried him in the wall, I guess.
I mean, we don't have anybody
Anime
else.
or tabletop game. The two areas where you're going to hear that. If I heard that walking down the street, just walking down the street, it was the evil possessed tree that was buried in the wall, I guess. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That would be, that's an odd sentence. But
that moment when you stumble across the fact that magic is real, like what?
Yeah.
Come on.
Say what now? So yeah, I mean, again, this is one of those things that a rewatch will hopefully clear my head. Although one of the reasons why, and going back to the very beginning, we had our notes not that clear, but things happen behind the scenes, and we didn't watch this for about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks.
A week would be our normal amount of time.
Yeah,
which is more than our normal amount, which is why I said I couldn't even explain my
So we're also
typos.
a little we're also a little disconnected. I mean, Theta, which is far more anime than I do right now. I watch other anime outside of this, of course, but
I mean, I do the breakdown for the record keeping at the end of the month. And I watch 87% of the channel's content. And what we do together is the remaining number of that. So
I mean, it's a lot. So it's very easy to do. That's what we do notes. That's where we, they have the board, so we can keep all this in some format in our brains and make sense. Otherwise we're like, what? What did you? What? Which we lapse into. Well, I do anyway, from time to time.
I mean, we have 30-minute arguments about who was in what scene, or was that a dog or a wolf? I mean, so obviously it doesn't help all the time.
So I mean, again, I think a rewatch of the elements, and also the fact that this is supposed to be, because the thing is, this is presented as sort of dreamlike because it's supposed to be they're dealing with magic, and the magic causes what they call it, not illusions,
hallucinations.
Yeah,
but that would be Jin Ling having hallucinations, unless you're implying that him pulling it out of him was like sucking poison out of a wound. In which case, you're just poisoning yourself, and also you're not supposed to do that.
Well, no, but apparently that's what's happening. You can see the hand.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if that's okay. I don't know if that's what's happening. I don't know if he's hallucinating or if he's just going through his own memories.
Or I think they're both sharing memories. I think.
I don't think so. I mean, you can't say that because Jin Lin's not awake.
No,
he's not there to tell us or react or what did you do or something. I mean, maybe next episode, legitimately in normal storytelling, he would wake up in the middle of the fight between Jian Sheng and Mozan Yu and be like, "Wait, stop! He was actually helping me. What were you doing in my mind?" Blah, 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 blah. Exposition.
Or if they want a really cruel thing, Fairy comes along because Fairy apparently likes Mo and goes like, "Oh," and tries to get in the way, and he gets whipped. And it's like, "Oh,
you went the evil route." Okay.
I mean, it could happen.
No, I thought you were going to say, I was already anticipating the argument, which is that he would go after Mozan Yu because he really likes him, and that would be confirmation that he's weighing. And I was like, he doesn't need that confirmation. He already thinks and knows that he's weighing.
Yeah, wuxian.
Or maybe he could do that, and he could see a weakness in Mozan Yu, or weighing, and maybe melt his heart a little bit.
Or exploit it.
No, he doesn't need to exploit it. He's already I don't know. He's either winning or not winning. The element is that it doesn't make any difference. Either Mozan Yu has all of Wei Ying's power, and this isn't even a fight that Jian Sheng can even no diff, as they say. Or
he did manage to kill him before, So either he
Yeah,
surprised
but under
them.
what circumstance? Like, for all we know, he got
Yeah.
Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to verb that, but the element is either Jiancheng has the clear advantage and we just don't know it yet. Like maybe the whip turns off the demonic cultivation powers, and he's just not as good of a fighter as Jiancheng is. Or, as I said before, he has all of Wei Ying's power, and Jiancheng has no ability to one-on-one him. In which case, it's definitely one side or the other, and we just don't know it yet. Or I
He
guess,
seems pretty
the
confident.
alternative being that why hasn't, if Jiancheng thinks it's Wei Ying, gone around and told everybody?
Well, because I guess he's supposed to have killed them in the first place, so it's like, oh, this is my responsibility.
Yeah,
I guess.
everyone already knows that the Diabolists tried to bring him back for years afterwards, so
And other
it's not like
classes,
they don't know that he's dead. Why would the people who followed him or people who wanted to follow him, not be with him if he was still alive?
No. I'm saying that he wouldn't say that wuxian is alive because that would show that he failed to kill him in the first place.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying I'm not saying that, but you're saying exactly the thing I'm accusing you of saying.
And that would be a loss of face. I'm like, oh, you
It's not, though.
kill that.
We all know that he died. The implication isn't that I failed to kill him. The implication is he came back, which is a thing that we expected might happen. So, again, it's not a loss of face. If you shot me, and then tomorrow your phone rang and I was talking to you, you wouldn't be like, fuck, I didn't kill him. Well, maybe you would be. That would be the logical thing to think.
Yeah, that would be the...
But if you legitimately saw, if you blew my fucking head off, right? You 100% knew I was dead. And then I called you and left you a voicemail on your phone. Are you going to not tell anybody? Fuck, I killed that guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, imagine I had killed a bunch of people, and very clearly you would have been in the right for having killed me, so that you could then tell people what the fuck was going on. Obviously, if you just turned into a murderer and killed me, you wouldn't tell people.
Yeah.
But
although by today's standards, we have AI voices, so if I sample your voice and I send this message, I could just have an AI talk to you, send messages.
Yeah, but who would do that?
Is he dead?
I guess I'm gonna have to really convolute this example to make this all work. But
yeah,
the idea being that he has no reason to hide it, other than I guess selfish vindictiveness. He wants the credit to kill you again, and he doesn't. But then again, if he suspects Lan Zhan knows, then does he also suspect Lan Zhan's also not telling people?
I mean,
there's a giant web here of why aren't people talking about this?
I mean, if Lan Zhan had told other people because of how important wuxian is to the story, the rumor mill would just spread like wildfire. Everybody would know. Right?
It's not
everybody
a rumor mill if it's true.
Yeah, I know, but you're talking about the message would spread wide.
Yeah, no, that's the point though. You would tell people so that they know.
But he doesn't want them to know.
That's not my point. My point isn't what Lan Zhan wants. It's about why Jiancheng would not think that Lan Zhan would tell people.
He's staring at me and I go like,
yeah, because that was my summation.
Yeah. And so with that, I think we covered this episode. We're going to go back to it and see what happens. But for now, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?